freezing in Johannesburg today, guys. I don't know how you are up there in Africa. I get bet you are better than us. We are down to 16 degrees today. It is rising above the storm. We are all about things, motivation and inspiration. This program is through this book called Rise Above the Storm. This book is how a person can rise above storms. You can get the book from Kindle, from Amazon. Take a lot, will bring it to you. Book Dealers of Livonia. You can get it at Maponya Mall, Lifestyle Books in Maponya Mall, and you can get it at Profounder Books there in College Drive. Please make sure that you get yourself a copy. In Eswatini, in the Mountain Kingdom, you'll find this book at Checkers, in Babane, Paradise Bookshops, in Matsapa, and Swazi Candles. And don't forget, Pep will deliver it to you. Just give me a shout on 062 188 0536. My guest is Martie. We've been carrying on. This is I hope it's our last discussion today. This woman who's gone through the worst challenges you can ever think of. She's gone through abuse by a family friend. She's gone through abuse by partner, by family, including the mother, by the way, the dear mother, and the children as well. She's just one imbogoto. You know the imbogoto? This is what I call. I've got an imbogoto sitting right across to me at the table. Martie, welcome to the show, my dear.
Thank you very much.
This is the woman who who became a caregiver for the dear husband, because she divorced the first husband. It was hell, and after that she found peace and happiness to have other beloved hubby. Everything went so well. You know when things go right, and then the devil comes and just cuts the happiness. This is what happens. This is the woman who was an ace. This is a woman. I'm talking about a qualified here, town planner, who's gone through the worst ditches you can ever think of. She became a caregiver to the ailing husband, the husband who ended up, your husband ended up passing on after you took care of him. So after your husband passed on, what happened after that? What did you do?
Initially, I was just helping out here and having a piece job there.
Just to get by?
Just to get by, but luckily the family said I can still stay on.
There were no kids with your husband?
No.
It was just you. And how many children did he have?
He's got 3 children.
3 children. They were okay while you were still there taking care of their dad. Their dad was happy. Okay. After daddy passes away, what happens? Did you guys own your home?
No. We owned nothing.
You had nothing, so you were renting?
We inherited nothing. It all went to the second wife of him. She took everything. So
that was before he married you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when he married you, there was nothing that he came with?
Nothing.
You were starting afresh. So when he passed on, you had nothing to talk about?
Yes, and even my stuff was taken. So I had my computer, and he has off his computer.
Who took the stuff? The wife, the mother of the children?
My mother.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Your mom took everything away from you?
Yes. So she
stuff that you owned with your late husband?
And my household contents, for the second time.
So your mom took everything?
Yeah.
Why?
And she wanted to take my car.
Why?
To refund her on the expenses that we paid for Dad's cancer treatment.
So she had to wait for this guy to pass for her to come and claim?
No, she claimed it just after my dad passed away in 2018. So now we're going on with my new husband. He was really an angel sent to me from heaven. We were only married for 4 years.
Oh, short-lived.
Which he was 3 years sick.
Oh my goodness, so you had 1 year off the bliss.
He had a lung condition where your lungs get hard and you can't get enough oxygen. So that was quite a challenge. And
so after going through all that, he ended up passing away. And then your mommy comes and make sure that she, like, literally buries you.
Yeah. So then I got a job at an older lady of 96
Mm-hmm.
who's got Alzheimer's
As a what?
as a carer.
Or as a caregiver?
Yeah.
Or to the lady?
But
So you had to you had to move into their house.
yeah,
their
because
home.
I had nothing.
Yes. Okay. So you were
So-
just having a suitcase and yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
was
time,
quite
where
a
are your
challenge.
children? That time.
My young son was that January kicked out of his dad's house.
Kicked out of this house. How old was he?
He was 23.
He had finished school.
Yes.
He was working.
He was studying pharmacy assistant.
And then Daddy kicks him out.
Yes.
Why?
With the evacuation order, because
Jesus Christ.
he said to a girl in the pharmacy, if I can just throw a petrol bomb through my dad's window that he can see his earthly belongings is not going to take him to heaven. Only his relationship with God. And she said that to his father. So, and he smoked dacha to get away from the pain that he is enduring with the abuse from his father.
So when you chucked him away, where did he went to you?
No, he ended up on the grass outside his home. They locked they didn't even give him any furniture or anything. He just went with his clothes.
With his bag.
Yes, luckily at that time we gave my husband's car to him, so at least he had a car. And he moved in with his friend in Potchefstroom, who was studying engineering.
Yes.
Luckily he had a spare room and it was organized very nicely. And he obtained a job within 2 days.
Yes, that was good. Shame.
And he was working 600 meters from the house, so he was good. And he worked 2 months in a replacement for a lady that's on maternity leave.
Okay.
And after 2 months, she said she's coming back. So the group, I said to him, don't let your dad know where you are. And when the second one is finished, I said, okay, let's see where we can accommodate you in the group. So there was a position in Nagoensspruit, one, I can't pronounce the name, and one in Hartbeespoort Dam.
For a job.
For a job.
Okay.
So we moved there in the same company. And I said to him, it's a lovely area with lots of people, you won't feel discarded. And when he worked there for 3 months, he spoke to his dad again, feeling that he need to apologize.
Oh my goodness,
And
my
he
baby.
told his dad where they are. So I said to him, make sure your manager and top management doesn't know where you are. Don't tell your dad. And
Because you knew better anyway, after all.
yes, I've been on the same
Yeah.
road.
You knew that man, yeah.
He's
So
blackmailing
poor
you.
baby boy did not listen.
No, he blackmailed me for a year on each job application that I did. So I said to him, and his dad phoned the head of the company and said to him, this guy is addicted to drugs, he's just smoking.
How do you do this for your own child, Dimani?
Exactly.
Who's trying to do something?
Yeah.
What type of a father is this?
Now he's...
Martie, the people that you marry, you women, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with, how do you choose these people?
No, they choose you.
They choose you, but you have a choice at the end of the day. How can you be married to such a beast who doesn't even love his children?
No, a narcissist is
Haibo.
love bombing you at first. He's doing everything right. He's
So
bringing
your
the
boy is
flowers.
trying to move forward, and then he's being this sweet boy to report to daddy, the same dad who kicked him out, who
Yeah,
evicted him. And you are working as a caregiver, living in. You don't have accommodation for anybody else except for you.
no, yeah. So,
So how long did you work as a caregiver?
a caregiver for Alzheimer's is supposed to work 12-hour shifts and 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. I worked 24/7. I got up at night to check on her because she was falling a lot, and I didn't get recognition. And after a year, exactly after a year, I burnt out. My body just couldn't keep up.
So Martie, I think the traumas that you've gone through, my dear, I think that you were actually damaged in such a way because people were just they were just taking advantage of you.
Yes.
You couldn't speak, you did not have a voice.
No.
Here you are working for this family, being a caregiver. You are not given there's no off days, there's nothing, you're working 24/7.
Yes.
This is what you call ill treatment at its highest level.
And I said to them, I need to go to hospital. And they said to me, if you go to hospital, you lose your job.
Human.
If you're not going to hospital and you stay on, you get a pension of 24,000 rand. So my son phoned me.
You get a pension after how long?
I don't know where they came up with that because I didn't discuss it with
They
him.
were just manipulating you.
Yes. So my son, the youngest one, phoned him, that brother, and said to him, my mum is leaving on Sunday for hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now, she's leaving. Her life is more important than
Exactly.
your money.
How do you work when you're not feeling well?
Exactly. I didn't even have time to pray or to sit and read my Bible. I was just called, when I entered my room, I was called back. Now I must sit with her for the third time this week watching the same program on TV. I know exactly where that 4x4 is going to get stuck and where what they're going to make for lunch, but they expected that of me. And the family was up in arms, and they just said, you made a choice, you didn't look after your work, so you're on your own now. So my only option was when I got back to her after I've been hospitalized for 2 weeks.
You went away for 2 weeks
To
to go to
hospital.
hospital. So
Yes.
when you were in hospital, where were you living? Were you booked in?
In Denmark, in Pretoria.
You were booked into the hospital
Yes.
for 2 weeks.
Yes, working on or getting treatment from a psychologist and a
Okay,
psychiatrist.
yes. For 2 weeks.
Yes. And when I got home, they planted things in my cupboard like her plasters and ointment for her injuries. They put in my cupboard and take photos of that. And they put her. I was one day in hospital when the eldest son phoned me and said, what is this vitamins that you buy on my mother's account? I said to her, it's her vitamin D that her daughter prescribed because she's a pharmacist. And it's next to her container where all her medication is. And they just make up several.
So they were just abusing you. They did not believe you, but they believed you to take care. They trusted you to take care of their elderly.
Yeah. And
So
they
how
said
long
to
did you
me-
last there?
They said to me, although I had a contract, they said they've got enough evidence to immediate dismissal. And
So you were dismissed
I was dismissed.
after 3 years.
No, only 1 year.
After 1 year, then what happened?
I moved to my son in Hartbeespoort. He
The
said,
baby.
Mom, come to me.
Yes, he was
Because I had
working
nowhere
there.
else to
Yes.
And I had to evacuate the house in 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
Where in my contract say I can do it in 30 days. and they made me sign a letter that I won't take this case further, which just means they were guilty.
They knew that they were ill-treating you.
Yeah. So of my 21 days sick leave, of my
Abuse is such a horrible thing that this woman that I'm talking to those who just tuned in, this woman, I'm talking to a graduate here. This is a town planner by profession. This is a woman who is highly educated, who's gone through so much abuse that people just take advantage of her. Even she lost that self-esteem. She lost the thing, man, that ladies have. We are one of the thing, because men can make you, they can slash you to pieces and make you feel nothing, make you feel like you are nobody. This is where she was now. She was like feeling nobody, defenseless, nothing, nobody. So now you move in with your son,
yeah, and
the baby.
Yes, and the one that what I told my psychiatrist and my psychologist, they want to admit me again, because they said they just broke down what we built it up in 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
So
you needed to be admitted again to a psychiatrist hospital.
Yes, but there was no
Women,
way we could pass
the trauma that you normally go through, it's really, really breaking you up. It is really going to destroy you. It will destroy you. She went into a mental facility for 2 weeks. She moved out, she went back. When she went back, after a week, she was so traumatized to be back again. That's what trauma does. That's what trauma does. If you can walk away from this painful, I know.
Yeah,
So you moved in with your son, it was better.
It was better. It was a bachelor flat.
It's fine, it doesn't matter as long as you had a roof over your head and you had a plate of food. That's all that matters.
Yeah. But he was so damaged. He
was also going through hell, my friend. This is the boy who saw the parents being tossing each other up and down, cursing, going up, flying. These are the children that we produce when you go through these traumatic experiences. And you stay with the children there, they actually get the worst out of every situation.
Yeah, as a child, I was in that situation where parents stay together
fighting
for the sake of the
your children,
and
it
it
never
was
works
a fight every day.
So now you are with your son, at least he's working. So what are you doing at the time?
I was doing nothing.
He was taking care of you.
I was just sleeping all the time.
Yes, he was managing
exhausted.
to buy the rent and to pay the food.
Yes, he was managing to do that.
That was
At one
so
stage,
nice.
we ran out of money, so his dad said, "Come back to me." And I didn't want to go back to that town where he is. He is evil.
So his job finished.
Yes.
And then he had to reach out to Daddy. Daddy is this man who's a businessman, who's got properties and everything. So Daddy said, "Come back to me, my son."
Yeah.
So he went back to Daddy.
Still paying him 4,000 rand a month.
So Daddy offered him a job.
He offered him a
in
job.
his pharmacy.
And he said we can move into his flat.
One of his flats.
Yeah, that he owned, and we must pay 3,000 rand a month for that. So, if it was my child coming back home after I've damaged him so much, why not say, "My son, move into that house for free. That's part of your salary."
My dear, it's the type of man that we chose.
Yeah.
This man is a beast.
Yeah.
He is a beast to his own children.
They catch you.
He can't. He doesn't have any. I've got an ubuntu, man. That thing, even to your own child.
Yeah. So I just want to say to all the ladies out there, I fell many times.
What do you mean fell? Falling poo on the floor.
Onto the floor, but I only landed on my knees, and I had my God to take with me, to bring me with me through all this punishment and abuse. That's all I had. From a very young age, And if you're in that situation, it feels like you're in a pit, a very, very dark pit, and you're alone there, and there's no way you can get out of there. So that's the way they have a hold onto you. I only managed to get out of that pit from my mum at 40.
At 40, when you turn 40, when life is beginning. When
Yes.
they say life begins at 40, that's when your life
So
began.
I blocked her on my phone, and I'm
You
not
blocked your mom on your
interested
phone.
in having any contact with her, nor my brother, because they were never even asking me, "Are you alright? What can we do for you?" So
So what made you stay in these relationships? You saw your husband abusing you, abusing your children. What made you stay?
he didn't abuse the children before I left. He stole the children from me, despite 3 psychologist evaluations where they spoke to me, to the husband and the 2 children, and the judge with bribe money still gave him the children. So yeah, then I moved to Fred, and at one point I was crying so much, I would just sit at my workstation and the tears would start running, and I would go to the bathroom to fix myself and get myself in order. Until one day I had all the proof to bring down his pharmacy. All the illegal scripts he's writing, all the illegal antibiotics he's giving out, money is taken away from SARS, not declaring at SARS. And one day I just decided I'm going to throw away all this. I don't want that burden on myself anymore. He's the one that doesn't forgive me. It's now how many years later? I was 7 years alone after the divorce because I was so damaged. I need time to repair. And all that time, it was just me and God.
So when you are with your son, your baby son, where was the elder boy? Now you are staying, you are living with your son. He's taking care of you at his daddy's flat. Where is the big brother?
The big brother I haven't seen since he was 13.
Where he's working somewhere, living a good life.
He was in a pharmacy for a while. Now he's moved out. I don't have idea where he is. He's 25, and he hasn't spoken one word to me ever since. He said to me, if I don't sign those papers for passports, no. He said, because I divorced his dad, it's illegal from the Bible, so therefore I'm not his mom anymore. He's never going to talk to me ever again.
Oh, okay.
So, only thing I was able to do is to pray for them.
Yeah, that's
because I could not change their minds of all the rubbish that their dad put in their heads of racism and of religion. I couldn't change their minds regarding that on a weekend or a holiday. I could only pray for them.
Yeah, and remember, things are engraved at a very young age.
Exactly.
Once they are engraved in your system and everywhere, it's very difficult to change.
Yes. So when I stayed with my younger son now, I saw all.
What did he say? Is he able to connect with his brother? Are they talking?
No, not at all.
Not at all. So they've cut ties.
Yeah.
He's only communicating with his dad.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you are living with your son. He is working, and then you are doing nothing.
I was just handled the same as his dad handled me. That way of doing things. Mum is the one that stay at home, cooking, cleaning. He would lock me in the house and take my car and go to work.
Who?
My son.
Your son?
Yeah.
Just literally, why locking you in the house? What if you want to go outside?
No, I can't.
Why?
So because now somebody can get in and attack me.
But you are able to lock yourself inside the house, not to be
No.
locked in.
He took the.
My dear, women
So,
out there,
I didn't-
abuse is damaging.
I didn't have a washing machine, so I was on my knees in 2 crates washing the washing inside. I asked him for 3 weeks, please put up a washing line for me. And he said, no, I must walk to the back of the flats, there is a washing line. So
That's your son.
that's my son. So I started making plans, and my CV was handed in Sandton with the company, and I was interviewed, and I got a job, but now I'm waiting for my contract. And in the meantime, I'm packing my stuff up.
So that your son was abusing you as well. Here it is.
Yes.
I think that your son, that's the only way he knows.
That's the way.
That's
he
the only
learned
That's the
from
only
his
way he
dad.
knows. He copied from the teacher, the father.
Yes, and you know how sad it is, because I'll have to give that son away to a woman that's going to be the
I
same.
feel sorry
woman.
for the woman who would be associated with this boy, because this
Exactly.
woman, the child is damaged.
And
So locking you inside the house.
yeah,
So now you got a job.
yeah. I didn't have a job. I got a job offer here. In
Yeah,
Sandton.
the company that we're talking about. In
Yes,
17.
yes.
They offered you a job.
They offered me a job, and luckily I met a friend. Oh, he's a friend now. I visited my friend in Lesotho, Almighty. I spent there a week, and he was so cross with me because he didn't have the car.
But that's your car.
That's my car.
That's your car.
Yes. And when I returned, I had the most terrible road to drive and storms and everything. And I got home, he was just again lying on his bed. It was just plates and glasses and everything.
Filthy sink. Full.
The clothes on the floor, everything. And usually I would clean it every day. when
You'll
he-
pick up
I'll
after
pick up-
him.
Yeah, because otherwise I live in a pigsty. So I asked him, please go and get us something to eat. And he said, no, he's not going to go now, I must make food. So I thought, no way I'm going to make food now, I'm going to KFC. And in front of me there's a bakkie with the same number plate as my hometown Vryheid.
Yes. NE. Is it NE?
NV.
NV, yes.
Yes.
Vryheid.
And they stopped on the left side of the road, and I stopped at the right side of the road, right in front of KFC. And I walked over and I said, hi, are you from Vryheid? And the guy said, no, the bakkie comes from there, but I am here in Ramaloti. I said to him, sure, that's convenient that I met actually a friend that is local, because I had no friends left there. I was only allowed to go out on a Saturday afternoon after 5,
Oh, what?
when I was able to go to Pick n Pay to buy food, because that was when all the family was at home and they were not able to see me. They were, several times I dropped him off at work, and I was greeting his father and he just ignored me.
Why were you greeting him?
Because I'm a better person than he is.
No,
He is.
sometimes the silence is golden. Just keep quiet. I mean, after all that,
Yeah, I forgive him.
yeah, I know.
My burden is gone.
Yeah.
And then we sat down there and we eat, and me and
And this guy.
yeah,
Barkley. Mhm.
yeah, and some of his colleagues. So I contacted. He said he's delivering wood and meat from Senegal. I said, I must get your number, because now in Lesotho I saw people buying mealies on the street, and I would need wood. He said, no, and I took his number. And when I told my son I'm going to sell mealies on the street now to get an income, he nearly fainted. He said, no, there's no way you're going to sit on the sidewalk and selling me this. I said, what can happen to me? No, there's criminals walking around, they will attack me. Because they are so,
You were so desperate for an income,
yes,
for something,
and his family is,
to be independent.
his family is so indoctrinated by racism that, but I kept on talking to Prince, and he was my
You
friend.
collected.
Yes, and I said to Prince, please tell me the lady that's been with you at KFC, is that your wife or your girlfriend? Because I don't want to interfere in any of that. He said, no, it's just a co-worker that I gave supper and came with me from work. So, yeah, me and Prince got friends.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And the, I had to hide the fact that I'm moving. I hide stuff behind my bed. I would
You were moving from where you were living with your son.
Viljoenskroon, yes.
Yes, to
I'm moving to Sandton, but
Sandton.
now I'm still waiting for my contract. My form, I don't want to come and I don't have a formal contract.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the day just came and I said to him, I need the car today. And he said, why? I said,
Why?
no,
And that's your calf.
I need to go cut my hair.
Yes.
I'll drop you off at the pharmacy and then I'll go to cut my hair. And there this lady come and I don't recognize her at all. But she said, Martie, you're back. How are you? And she said, I was your friend. I was coming to your house. I could remember nothing of that due to trauma.
Oh my goodness,
Trauma
guys.
shrink your hypothalamus at the back of your head. So you get memory loss.
Memory loss and you forget stuff. That's
Yeah.
trauma.
So after I finished there, I met Prince at my house, at the flat where we stayed. And he helped me to pack my car with everything that I can get in.
Yeah, whatever you were able to load into that car.
Yes, it was up to the roof.
Yes.
And I rushed to my friend in Vierfontein. That's only 20 kilometers from there.
Yes.
But she was living alone, so I thought I'm safe there. They
Yes.
won't come there.
Mm.
And that evening when my son came home, he said, where are you? I said, I'm in Sandton. I got a job here. Yeah, he was very furious with me.
Not happy for you.
No, he was furious. You're not capable of working.
Human.
You don't have a memory. You're damaged.
Your family was destroying you, actually.
Yeah, so
Your own child is telling you that you are nobody, you are nothing.
yes. So
You are not capable of doing anything. And these things, when you keep telling a person these things, the person tend to believe it because these are the people that you trust.
yeah. So I ended up with no family, not at all. But I joined a black church in Pongola, and it was totally different from the white Afrikaans church that I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And the saying is, you come as a friend, but you go out as family. And that became my family.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I was not allowed to go from Hartbeespoort to my church in Madrid. So the pastor...
You were not allowed?
No, because there's no petrol. So my pastor would pay me money in that I can come to church. Because that was only family I've got left. And yeah, luckily when I got the contract, I immediately moved to Madrid, where I stayed with Nomsa. She's a very, 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 very soft-hearted child of God, who just embraced me.
She took you in.
She took me in.
Oh,
she
that
gave
was so
me.
nice.
She gave me love and time to talk about my pain.
Yes, time to offload.
Yes, and with I said to her initially, I got 3 months out because the company promised me accommodation after the 3 months. And it was a long way to drive. It's 20 kilometers to work and 20 kilometers back. And I would leave at 6 in the morning to be in
At
town.
work.
Only at 6:30 at work. But then I had time to connect with God and have my breakfast. And at night I would sit an hour in traffic. And
That's traffic for Josie. That's Josie for you.
I had music.
We live in traffic. It's part of us.
I worshipped all the way and I prayed all the way. That was my time.
How did you? How was? Describe the feeling you had when you left your son.
It was
Who belittled you? Who abused you? How? Tell us that feeling.
It was like there's a mountain off my back.
Mountain of load.
I was between people that care for me, that love me, that I love them. It was really not easy because the money that I get was very small. And yeah, we were able to sit down every night and pray and read Bible together. And that healed me. Yeah, so at the end of the 3rd month, I had to evacuate there.
Because your agreement was for 3 months.
Yes.
Yes.
And I asked the bosses, what about halfway through the 3rd month, I asked them, what about my flat? Please put me on the waiting list at least. And nothing happened. In 2 days before the end of the month, they said to me, sorry, look out for yourself. Now, I wanted to move closer to work to avoid the 2,000 rand of petrol every month.
Yes.
And there was nothing. I had to.
Yeah, you can't get something in 2 days. I
No.
mean, you need deposit. You need a whole lot of things.
And luckily, one of my co-workers said to me, "Come move in with me for temporary."
That was so sweet of him.
Yes. He actually rescued me.
That was so. You see,
Yeah.
God. You see, God. This God. He always open a door. There is always the door that is shut, not locked. All you need to do is just to open it up, because God has put that door for you. When we look at this door, we look at it as a shut door. We are not aware that that door is not locked. All you need to do is just to open the door.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah,
That's where you are now.
yes, that's why now I'm so happy.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, and yeah,
Now.
close to God, and
You are able to do an introspection. When was the last time you spoke to your son?
Actually, he apologized.
He did?
He sent a message, and I said,
What did he say in the message?
initially he said, I kept secrets from him, so he had to sell his car to keep us going. Now he doesn't have a car, so actually my car is his car now. And that I did everything behind his back. And
That's because of his character.
yeah,
Yes, you had to.
and because of his family. I
It's
know
because of his
what-
character, the way he was treating you.
and I
You-
know the way his dad is operating. He'll come and slice my tires if they know I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. They are not okay upstairs.
No,
Vela, you needed to
that's
close
why I had
things
to
into
do
your
it.
chest. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I had to do it in silence.
He was an evil son. That's why.
Yeah, and it went better. He started talking to me again, and I said to
It's
him,
good now. All this thing happened for a reason. God made him to sell his car, and then he made your car his car.
yeah,
Now you must beg him for your car. Now he's the same son who will tell you not to leave the house, lock you in the house,
yeah.
using your car.
Before,
Aye, guys.
before he sold his car, I said to him, What if I get work this side and you get work that
And he
side?
did not listen to you because every time he does, this is a child who does not listen.
No.
Your opinion does not matter at all.
And he also took over all my, he took over my Google account on my computer. He was managing my
Can you imagine?
emails.
Can you, like this boy was treating you like you are, I mean you are a seriously mad person.
Yeah,
That is your son.
he stopped all my policies.
Aibo.
He stopped I only got my medical aid left and my car insurance. That's
Take
all
care
I
of
have.
yourself, my dearest. Now, to the women, there's so many women that are going through what you went through. Others are still in there. What are you
Yes.
going to tell that woman?
If you fall, just fall to your knees. It's not that far. Because it's only God that can take you out there. It's God that sends people on your way to help you out there. I had, when I was divorced, I moved into my friend's house. I call her my adopted mom. And she looked after me for a whole year. And when I'm moving, I moved into Nomsa's house, which feels like a grandma to me. And
The warmth
the
that you
warmth,
receive.
yes.
Because grandmothers always give the best warmth. Now, what if you were to change something, what would you change? What would you have done better? What would you have done something different from this hectic journey of yours? Because it's been hectic since you want to write a book about this. You.
You know what? God always sends the strongest soldiers to the worst battles. And if you think that way, God is always with me. God is the one that's pulling me out of the pit. You'll manage to get through that. It's definitely not in your own power. It's definitely in the power of God. Only. No human can endure the damage that was done to me. Yes, I'm on medicine because my husband damaged my brain with all the medicine that he gave me. But I'm free. I have a job, I have a roof over my head, and I love to sit just and worship and start my day with worship. Because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. In 2007, every time we went to his parents, or his parents is coming to us, I would get a speech of, you must not talk too much, you must talk to the, just that you got part of the conversation. And every time they leave, or when we on our home, back home, I would get a speech. Even if when his brother cheated on the volleyball that we played, and I said to him, stop cheating. And my husband made me call him when we got home and said to him, I apologize of my bad sportsmanship on the volleyball field. So in 2007, we just come back from Australia. He's locoming again, and his parents come over for a week. And I had just enough because I had to clean again, spotless, and I was told to do this and no, not to do that. So the night they arrived, the first night they arrived, I went to my bed. I said good night. I put my boys to bed. I kissed them good night, goodbye. I went to my room and I took every pill that was in the house. I took everything. And I sent out 3 SMSs at that time. One to my friend in Spruit, we were pregnant together. Her son is just 3 months younger than mine. A friend that is teaching with me at Pretoria, and then to my friend who has got a doctorate degree in psychiatric nursing. But I know her phone is always in the car when I phone her at night, and I know Diane would only get the message the next day. So I was safe. I took my Bible, I repented, I said, God, but I can't go on. And I took all those pills and I just slept. And I could, because he just said to me, I'm stopped doing locum work, you're gonna start a town planning practice. But I only had 1 year of experience because he kept me home. And how am I gonna feed the family if I don't have one client?
Yeah, you've gone through the worst of all abuses I've ever heard of. To the women out there that are going through stuff, you need to try and get out of that place. You need to get out of there. To the men out there that are abusing women, if you feel that you don't love this woman anymore, why don't you just sit down and say, listen, baby, what put us together? It's no more happening.
Yeah.
Let us part ways. Because there's so much damage that has happened here.
Yeah.
There's so much damage. The children are damaged. To the children out there that are just not, I mean, there's no respect from the children. There's nothing, man. They look at you as a piece of something, as a piece of nothing. I mean, to your mom out there who's also a very abusive, all I can say is that I've been through my journey as well, but all I can say is that when mothers fight, you are all adults with your mom. The best thing to do is just to go south and let the other one go north. That's the only way. Keep your distance. Keep peace. Peace is very, very important.
Yeah.
Keep peace. You don't fight with your mom. If she does not want to talk to you, it is okay. It is her choice. You walk away. When you get an opportunity to be together, just be cordial and be, there's your mom. She'll never change that she's your mom. Forgive and move on. To the sons and children out there, your mom will always be your mom. To the children, because most of the time when children start earning an income and they start getting better than you, then they grow wings.
Yeah.
They grow wings, the respect actually diminishes.
Yes.
They talk to you like they're falling from the sky. The respect is never there. Yeah, because they tend to be the adults and then you become the child. These are the things that it was said from the Bible, that when adults are adults, they need to part ways.
Yeah.
God said, find a wife and go and build a wife, your home there. Come out of home, leave the home. These are the things, when you live with your adults, circumstances sometimes they force us to stay with our adult children. Those are circumstances but hey, it is so painful, guys. It is so painful when you become so belittled by your own children. But right now, I can see Martie, she's smiling, she's laughing about it, she's happy. Your child, your children, it's fine. You see, they know that you're the mother. At the end of the day, one day when they want to touch base, they will. And if they don't want to touch base, life still goes on.
Yes.
That is, you just have to rise above the storm. That's how it is.
Yes.
When your husband is a douche out there, let him douche other people. Stay out of their lane.
Yeah.
Let them stay there. And you are here in Johannesburg. Your son who was locking you inside.
Yeah.
Like you are someone who's got someone who's got dementia, who will walk away and disappear and get lost.
Yeah.
This is your own child treating you like that, locking you inside your own house.
Yeah.
Because he's got the power, because he's the one who's paying the bills.
Yeah.
This is the crisis that we're coming through. When the children have got the power, they really, really abuse their parents. This is not nice at all. This is not good at all. God does not like that. That was not how it was meant to be. It was meant for you children to assist where you can. If you can't, don't be abusive.
Yeah.
Don't become the you become a narcissist, you want to be worshipped. No, we do educate you. We do make you be able to take care of yourselves. But don't abuse the parents.
Yeah.
Your blessings comes from those people.
Yeah.
You rather keep quiet and walk away. Don't argue with your parent. Walk away
Yeah.
in peace. So that when you meet again, you love each other. The love will always be there.
Yeah.
But there mustn't be any arguments. You must learn to forgive. Forgiveness is a very, very powerful tool. It will offload you with all the traumas that you have. You will be able to rise above your storms. I am rising here, I am rising, I'm helping people to rise as well. I've gone through the worst that you can think of. One day you'll get, and my next book will come, all in good time, but for now, let's rise above the storms. We are rising. Martie, your last words.
Keep holding on to God. That's the only way you're going to get through this. God is going to send people on your way to rescue you. He's not abandoned you. But if you're in a relationship with a man like that, treating you like that, please get out of it as soon as possible. Because you're not damaging just yourself, you're damaging your children as well. And even if you were in my position where I didn't have any household contents, I didn't have any car, he took even my phone, my firearm, because he said I was a danger to his family. And I just took the step. I just believe that it will end up better if I leave now.
Here you are right now, I can see a smile on your face. Thank you, Martie, for those wise words. This is Pan Africa Connect Radio. You can send us an email on info@packradio@gmail.com. You can send us a message on 062-188-0536. You'll find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We are all about rising above the storms. We are all about motivation. We are all about